All right, 3:45 in the morning. Been awake a while. Uh, got my cup of hot tea. Cat's coming to help. I see that. Uh, yeah, I was gonna do a video here, but really quick, give you a peek behind the screen. That's a hospital bed that we set up for this room. It's got the Vive thing, the air mattress that blows up. That was when my father-in-law was here. We purchased the hospital bed ourselves. The headboard raises, TV rotates out for him, everything else. So making it a little easier. Anyway, guess Kai just wanted to be here. Okay, the topic I want to talk about is kind of a memory that was coming back today at 3 o'clock. Not really a memory, but something I was kind of linking together a little bit. So I wanted to talk about it here. Three cats in the room now. Guess they want to be fed. Anyway, there's a section in this book, a section, not a whole section, but just a little piece in my book that's going to be confusing. It's a chapter called Trauma. It's before that first depression, suicidal depression. I really don't know what happened. I don't have a memory of the actual whatever it may have. It's fragments. It's really clips, really small clips of being far away from home, kind of, and walking back. Something may have happened out there. I don't remember how I got there. Clothes are muddy, shirts torn, heads beaten up, kind of thing, bloodied, that kind of thing. I'm not sure what happened, really. Um, and the further away I get from that moment, the better my memory gets. But whatever happened in that moment, I really don't know. I really don't know, and I'm not putting too much effort to remember it. I don't think I need to remember it. I'm fine. I'm here drinking tea. Hey, I'm looking at my hand. I'm fine. Everything's here. So there's no really need for me to go searching and hypnosis to try to figure out what happened. I really don't feel like I need all that. So I'm not trying to do that. But it was weird because another memory kind of clicked in this morning at 3 a.m. regarding this. Now, the fragmented memory is really blurry at that point for whatever happened. It's really blurry. Walking along the road, somebody stopped to pick me up to help me get back to town because I was so far away by the time I got back to that little small town. Um, it would have been nighttime, dark by the time I walked back, and somebody stopped and that's blurry. All that is really blurry. These small fragments of somebody stopping, getting to the gas station in town. I think I went into the restroom to clean myself up. I think before walking the rest of the way home from the gas station in town. So it was a relatively short walk from that point. The most solid memory on that event is walking in the back door of the house that we lived at then. The back door went straight into me and my brother's bedroom. And then so the back door goes straight into me and my brother's bedroom. It was really a large mud room that was converted into our bedroom there. And then from there, it was kind of a hallway with to the side, a washer, dryer, stand-up shower, toilet. So a full bath with a stand-up shower there. It's really nice, especially for boys who want to sneak out the back door kind of thing. So it really worked out well for that. But also, that's my first really solid memory is coming in that back door, um, where people couldn't see me coming in. I didn't want people to see me, and throwing my pants in the washing machine to get them washed up, throwing the shirt away where people couldn't see it, taking a shower, getting cleaned up. The next fragment of the memory is sitting at the dinner table. Actually, now that I think about it, walking down the hall and then getting to the dinner table, and parents asking me about the cuts and scrapes and the while I was walking funny kind of thing. That's a solid memory. So coming in the back door is a really solid memory. The part about sitting down to dinner and lying to my parents about I must have fallen in a ditch. I didn't say I must have. I said I fell in a ditch. I told them solid that I fell in a ditch, tripped over, made sure to hit everything on the way down and the scrapes and everything. And that's a really solid memory. And then another solid memory that I do have in that book as well is going to high school, and then the kids telling me, because I was being targeted at high school for some things, and the kids telling me that the rumor word had gotten around not to touch me, not to harm me, not to do anything to me. Hands off, definitely hands off. And this was coming from the staff at the school. So it was coming from parents and staffer. It wasn't just coming from the kids. This was from higher up downs, and the kids got the message from, I don't know if it's parents or whoever, but hands off on me, don't touch me. And that was after that. So I don't really know exactly what happened. The memory that linked this morning, not last night, this morning, that I was laying there at 3 a.m. It's almost like a memory of being held underwater, like somebody's trying to drown you. And so that was there. But it's blurry. And part of that memory is like in the creek, somebody's trying to hold you down and drown you. And I'm pretending to be dead. And then they finally quit after a while. And the funny thing is, while doing that, it's almost like being able to breathe underwater. It's like breathing something else. And that's what I found to be a strange happening kind of thing. And it also brought up another thing I had done before that as a kid, swimming, learning how to swim. And this may be a false memory implanted there. I'm not sure, because as a kid, that's something I would practice. And I don't know if it's because I knew something was coming in the future, why I did that, but I know I freaked my parents out 3 or 4 times, swimming pools or whatever, because I'd be practicing pretending to be dead in the water, seeing how long I could hold my breath, and just making my body go still and be totally still, and almost like trying to breathe from another source. And I would do that as a little kid, trying to practice doing that. And so that maybe it's a false memory implanted for that missing time period that happened. I don't know, but it's there in my head, but it's really blurry, almost like being held down in a creek, muddy creek. And it's almost like I can remember my right hand going out and hanging on to a root to hold myself down, to hold myself kind of still. I'm hanging onto a root or something. I don't know. It's a weird memory from the 3 o'clock this morning. Anyway, that's really weird. Oh hell! I was editing this video to put it out, and another memory came in my head. And this is a more solid memory. Remember hanging onto a root with my right hand and making my body be still and having my fingers flex, feeling the pressure in my hand, just almost like trying to remember that I'm still alive. Just changing pressure on my fingers while making my body be still, except for my fingers hanging onto a root, and just as a memory of being alive. But that's not a section of the book, isn't it? And so really, when I put it in that book, I know it's a book of fiction, but these experiences are real, and that's a real fragmented memory. So whatever happened during that time, way out of town, one of those really back logging roads, I don't know, it's real fragmented. It really is fragmented. And then it gets more solid as I move on through time, like for the next 30 minutes, and then an hour, and then an hour and a half later, my memory gets better after that. But for whatever happened then, I don't know, it really is fragmented, and I showed that in the book, because I don't know really what happened. Then it was after that I had this suicidal depression and stuff, so really, I really don't know how that plays into it. I don't know. Anyway, the book is finished. It's going through the editing process. Our really good friend and editor, Mona, she did a fantastic job. She's really good. So she finished. I did all her changes. I went through the book again, made more changes. I think I got the whole manuscript just the way I want it. And it's been submitted to the United States Copyright Office. I know you don't have to officially do that. Everything's officially copyrighted when you create it. And I have that on the paper. But I wanted the extra layer of protection. So it's to the Copyright Office. It's been submitted. And now I'm just in the process of formatting for print. But I'm currently in the formatting process. For a paperback, 6x9 paperback, single spacing. Yeah, when I was formatting it for a 6x9, it was 350 pages on 8.5 by 11, and when I shrunk it down to a 6 by 9, that thing came out to, and I had double spaced it just to make it easier to edit and things. I came out to over almost 700 pages. I was like, ah. But removing the double spacing, single space, and all that, it shrank it back down to over 300 pages at 6 by 9. Still 300 something pages. Single spaced. So, wow.